Hello everybody. Today you're going to learn why you've got different modules, targets, leads, contacts, accounts, as well as opportunities inside your SuiteCRM system and when or in which case you should be using which of those modules. My name is Bastian Hammer, your go-to expert when it comes to all things CRM, e-commerce, marketing automation, and sales integration. So let's go. So let's first get an overview. Inside your SuiteCRM system, you've got those 5 major modules which will guide you through the customer journey, the lifetime cycle. It starts usually with a target on the very left side. So a target might be simply a record or like data that you bought from a partner, from a data supplier, maybe an email, maybe even like an address, or maybe you got it from you scraped it from a website or you generated it by yourself via online research or something. So it's basically a person or like even an account, like a company, which you have not contacted, and they have not heard of you so far. Then this target will kind of qualify into a lead. And the lead is basically something like a person, and this person has already contacted you and they have maybe expressed some interest in your products or services. And if this is getting more concrete, so inside the lead, you will have several stages. As you can see, a lead stage. Maybe the lead stage is getting into like SQL, sales qualified lead. Then it goes over into sales. From the sales perspective now, you can convert this lead into the 3 next modules or data records, which will be an account. The account will reflect the company, like a company name, maybe a business address. And inside this account, there are maybe one or maybe several contacts which are working there. The contacts are usually the people you're talking to. And then, since the request of the lead is getting more concrete, therefore you convert the lead as well into an opportunity right away. So an opportunity might be there's a chance of selling your service A to this account or to this contact working inside the company, inside the account. So let's jump into the CRM system and check how everything is looking there. So I've logged into the SuiteCRM system, and as you can see, the most popular modules are here to the top left already: accounts, contacts, opportunities, leads. But let's start at the very beginning. So where's targets? Targets is a little bit hidden away. If you come over here to more and then see here, targets is a little bit further down there. And let's go and check it out. So here, this module, it's completely clean or empty at the moment because there's no data inside. So what you can do is simply hit new. And as you can see, the data that you can enter here reflects a person data. So if we want to do this first and then last, just as some example, and account name will be company or something. And maybe you have an address as well, like an email address, or you've got like a physical mail address, which you can use. And then you can work with those targets. So basically, now you've got an overview of those targets. There's not much data usually because you first want to see would they react in the first place. So now watch out here. In the SuiteCRM system version 7, when you came here to actions, you were able to convert it from a target into a lead. Unfortunately, it's kind of hidden in the new interface of SuiteCRM 8, and it's still the case in SuiteCRM 8.4 at the moment. There is an active bug on GitHub, but so far they have not put it inside here. There are 2 workarounds on how you can actively work with targets and then convert it with leads. One workaround would be to configure the view of the lead and change it into like a deprecated or into the old view. The other workaround which I've used, which might make sense as well, depending on where the targets are coming from, is you've got workarounds in the back. You've got workflows in the background as a workaround basically. So as soon as you're changing your target to maybe target is finally qualified or has contacted, and then somebody can configure this and it will be automatically converted into a lead. So the workflow would create a lead for you. Might be possible. One more word about the targets. Even though in SuiteCRM 7, not everybody was using it. The disadvantage here is you simply have to go through one more data administration process, or you're making your lead management process a bit more complicated, which you have to explain to people who are just joining the team. The big advantage here is if you have maybe external people who are helping with lead generation, or like a student coming in for part-time jobs, you can selectively grant access to only this module here, and they will be able to produce data with new potential leads in the future, but with targets for now. So it's neatly decoupled from the rest of your data. So somebody with less access can come inside here, work on the targets, and somebody with in marketing or sales later on can take over with the leads. So therefore, you have to decide which way to go. What's your preferred way of working with the data? If you choose to skip it, then you would usually start from leads. So here the CRM system, I imported the demo data, which is possible to import right away during installation. So just for demo purposes, I've done this, but we're going to add some more as well. Let's first think about how leads are usually going to get into your system. So there are several opportunities. First of all, maybe you integrate it with your e-commerce system. So people are ordering something, people are requesting on your web forms, and you've got some contact messages, and then you can right away create the data records here inside the leads with an integrated manner. Check out as well my blog post on how lead management works and the details of how the data is getting into your system. Then, of course, it's possible to simply use a web form. So your form on the website is connected to your CRM system. Once somebody filled out the form, it automatically goes into the CRM system, and your sales team can start working with the data. Or you can import leads. So let's check out how one lead might look like. You can see it here. So here inside a lead, again, it's mostly a person's detail or person's information. But additionally, you've got the account name here. So when you know this person has got this phone number and has got this address, and they're working inside this company, this is valuable information for later on. What you can do now is you can convert this. So let's say this lead has already talked to you and expressed interest. I want to get your service, your product, whatever. And then you would go ahead and either hand this lead over to like sales, or if you would do it by yourself, you would just go to actions, convert a lead. And now it will be, SuiteCRM is giving you the possibility to do this in a very like 3 steps or more steps at the same time. In case you already have a contact related to this lead here, then you can select the right contact. Otherwise, you would just have SuiteCRM, see, it filled out everything from the lead by itself. And then you would just go down to accounts, same here. If this is already the second lead for the same account, so the account is already existing because they have done business with you before, you can simply select it here. So select here the Grow Fast Inc. But if not, have CRM automatically created for you. Then create an opportunity name. It would simply be like a request or whatever for product 1. And then you can configure like what's required here and what's not required. Check out my other video on how to work with the fields and the drop-down values that you can select here. But I'm just typing in some data, expected close date, maybe the lead said like at the end of the week we should know something already, can add a description. So probably what has happened before already is you called the lead, and it was like a first intro call or whatever, took 15 minutes. Yes, it was just there. Then you want to schedule a meeting. So maybe you do an online meeting, like a follow-up presentation or whatever. Follow up because the lead was interested in more information, and the information was, for instance, some details on feature. So they wanted to have a detail on some feature, and they were not very clear about it, and you promised to give it to them. So you can create a task for yourself as well, saying like feature research, and you would simply add this, create this task. So this task will be assigned to yourself, so therefore that you don't forget about it. Then I will click on save. Automatically for you it will be creating all the different records. So let's go quickly into those. So you've got the contact, and the contact is basically a copy of the information of the lead. And as you can see in the timeline, that is really amazing. We already have all the information here. So if you come back to the contact in like 2 days, you still saw exactly what you just did here and what you entered here. So you've got all the details. You have to have a follow-up meeting. You had the phone call already, which was the first introduction phone call, and you still have to do the feature research. So that's important as well. And then let's look at how a company looks like. So the company, now it's a fresh company, but as you can see, those opportunity, those 50 US dollar from the opportunity value that I entered is already here. And now you can check out the contacts, you can even check out the leads, and you can check out the opportunities from here as well. So it's always related to the account. So you can either work from the account or you can work from the contact. It works just as you prefer it. And then once you finish your task, you go into the task and set it to complete, and then you're ready for the next meeting. Maybe you record a couple of details, you add some description or whatever, and then you're good to go for your next meeting. So far, so good. So now we've looked into targets, leads, and then from leads that you create usually contact account and an opportunity. So now the question, when do you use what? Let's go back to the leads module. So leads, there's a little bit of there are different philosophies here. So I had some projects before where people just wanted to get rid of the leads as fast as possible. This is usually like for more traditional B2B manual sales processes. So you've got your leads, there's incoming data, and you always want to take care of it as quickly as possible. Meaning either the lead is useless, you would just leave it there, maybe it's closed, lost, maybe they just dialed the wrong number or something. Or the lead is more interesting and it will go into the next stage, maybe like marketing qualified lead or sales qualified lead, or you call it like hot MQL or like cold lead or something. So this is one option. You get the lead data as quickly converted or disqualified. So if you convert it, that means you've got more data inside your contacts and inside your opportunities. But then your sales team will know I'm working on the opportunities, so they will check every single day. So what do I have to do with my opportunities? Do I have to call them? What's the next task on this opportunity? Why is it stale? When do I have to continue working with this one? Where's the problem? What is it waiting for? And contacts and accounts are mostly there for the documentation. You will need it later on as well for invoicing, maybe for service requests and stuff like this. But if you're working in sales, of course, you're talking to the person, to the contact, but you will be mostly looking into the opportunity. So there's a different philosophy saying something like, I want to keep the contacts and accounts as clean as possible. So I want to see accounts. These are only companies who purchased something from us. And then you can be certain that your sales is more working with leads, and the leads will only be converted into an opportunity, into contacts, accounts, once the lead is really like a hot lead, like a sales qualified lead, and progressed into the stage where they could just say, okay, I just need to sign it, and then we're good to go, and you can deliver, and we can transfer the money to you or something. That works better if you're not working in a manual B2B process at all, but mostly like in e-commerce. So if you integrate your e-commerce system inside your CRM system, and then you wouldn't need to bother much with leads, or you can distinguish the leads from the, exactly. You don't need to bother much with leads unless you use the contact form. So the contact forms are always leads. They have not bought anything from you. And everybody who has bought, so you integrate the orders with your invoices and with the accounts and the contacts. And then it becomes very clear to your team again. So if you're in marketing or customer service, you've got leads and you have to work with those. You have to answer the questions for the leads. But the people who actually purchased something, the people you want to do data reporting and stuff on it, they will be on accounts and contacts only. So there's a clean definition and a clean cut of when, what, or like in which stage a customer will be listed in which module. Okay, so that's about it. Let's quickly recap. So we've got targets. It doesn't work very well so far on SuiteCRM 8, even in version 8.4. The team is working on it, but it's not the highest priority. So if you absolutely need to use it, try to go with a workaround, either with the mentioned workflows or with the old view to bring it back, the conversion option. And then leads, definitely look into this carefully. Most likely this will be your main entrance for data into your CRM system. So try to get all the processes and the values, the data architecture right. Once you have moved a lead further on your sales pipeline or into your sales funnel, and then somebody from your sales team will convert this lead into a contact and an account. So a person working inside a company, and maybe or most likely into an opportunity as well with all the details of the request. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day and see you next time. Bye.